Let me now proceed to present a brief report about university's performance and developments as far as our academic achievements, progress in research, extension activities in sports and extracurricular activities are concerned. Mangalore University was established on September 10, 1980 as an offshoot of University of Mysore with a dream of becoming an university with a difference. During the last 40 years of our existence, we have achieved greater strides in terms of infrastructure development, introduction of new academic programs, research publications and projects, improved student well-being and learning experiences. Starting from merely 5 postgraduate programs and a few colleges, today Mangalore University has 25 postgraduate departments offering 41 postgraduate programs and 10 affiliated colleges. Mangalore University has over 30 chairs and study centers covering various facets of culture, language, regional studies, and all have been functioning very well. Mangalore University has grown into a multidisciplinary and research-oriented university. And now, Mangalore University has acquired a stellar reputation in India and abroad for its efforts in promoting excellence in teaching, research, capacity building, and community service. Mangalore University has built international collaborations with many institutions of different countries of the world, making this university as one of the leading universities in India. Our university has also been the sought-after universities for higher education by international students. As on today, over 180 international students from 35 countries are pursuing their higher studies in Mangalore University, and over 100 have passed out during 2017-2019. Today, the university has carved a niche for itself in the area of research and academic achievements. Over the years, the university has been consistently ranked among the top universities in the country. Though young in age, it is only the third university in the state to be recognized for its research contributions among the top 50 universities of the country. Our teaching faculty members have rendered themselves credibly in their teaching and research activities. The university conducts all its activities strictly as per a fixed calendar of events and has been regularly revising the syllabus to suit the needs of the job market. The year 2019-20 saw many endeavors from our part, but I would like to point out some of the major achievements of our university. The H index of Mangalore University is presently 69 as per Scopus, a steady hike from 39 in 2015 to 69 in 2019. Mangalore University is ranked 87th in the NIRF ranking, a good leap into the top 100 in the last 1 year, and is also ranked 8th among government-run universities and first in Karnataka as per India Today rankings. Mangalore University has been ranked second at the national level by UI Green Metric World Ranking for its green initiatives and academic ambience. Our university is one of the top 3 universities on the basis of QS ranking in Karnataka, 48th in the country, and is placed at 175th position among BRICS nations. This has boosted the image of the university. Mangalore University has obtained 4-star status and 6th place in the KSERF ranking of 2019. It stands second in the state in the KSERF ranking. The university has 65 linkages across the globe with reputed research centers and institutions for collaborative teaching and research programs, and over 15 national research centers like BARC Mumbai, IGCAR Kalpakam, NSC New Delhi, IISc Bangalore, CLCR Bangalore, CFTRI Mysore, NAL Bangalore, and so on. Our university has also established national facilities like Microtron, Carer, and CART, and houses many research equipments in different departments and PERS labs. And we have a unique animal house too. An IoT lab and an incubation center are started to develop the skill of students and give wings to the innovative ideas of students. During the current year, our university postgraduate departments have organized 3 international conferences, 9 national conferences, 10 workshops, and more than 20 faculty have been deputed to participate in national and international conferences. I am happy to report that we have over 50 ongoing research projects funded by UGC, BRNS, DST, NPCL, MOES, and ICSSR, etc. The total grant for these projects amounts to over 20 crores, of which over 5 crores are sanctioned during the year 2019-20. The university has introduced the choice-based credit system for UG courses also successfully from June 2019, giving more importance to skill development. To provide good exposure and training to the students, the university has appointed many scholars from India and abroad as adjunct professors. The university was able to get highest number of Gyan programs during the last year in phase 2. Till date, over 30 Gyan programs have been conducted in our university, which is a record. On the extracurricular front too, the university has excelled and proved to be a champion among sports and cultural activities. In sports, consecutively for the 4th year, Mangalore University has secured overall championship in the All India Inter-University Athletics Champions by securing 13 gold medals. Our students are champions in South Zone Volleyball Men and South Zone Kabaddi Men, while women bagged the runners-up in Kabaddi South Zone Inter-University tournaments. For the fifth consecutive time, our university is champion in cross-country race by securing gold among men's category and silver among women's category. Overall, our university has bagged 48 medals in sports championship at all India level this year. In the cultural activities, our university has bagged the first place in 2 events, one act play and elocution at the national level in All India Youth Festival held at Amity University, Noida, and they will proceed to an international event to be held at Kurukshetra. We do acknowledge the fact that the previous 8 vice chancellors have contributed to the overall development of this university in several significant ways. We are marching towards excellence with a philosophy of continuity with a change. The 2 major development focus for the next 3 years include eco-friendly campus and paperless office through e-governance with a view to provide student-centric and public-friendly governance. Some of the initiatives already launched include banning of single-use plastic items on the campus, planting of saplings by newly admitted postgraduate students in the area earmarked and maintaining the same during the duration of study, after which they will be given a certificate, and maintaining the same sewage treatment plant for the boys' hostel to start with, taking rainwater harvesting to the next level, more meaningful and effective adoption of villages within the radius of 5 kilometers, driven by the philosophy of taking the university to the villages. Training of non-teaching staff on technical and soft skills for enhancing work efficiency. Implementation of campus management software to promote end-to-end e-governance and digitally connect the affiliated colleges, constituent colleges, autonomous colleges, and PG Center with the university main campus. Extensive use of adjunct faculty, visiting professors, and experience sharing sessions by the alumni. Impressive number of foreign students pursuing the UG, PG, and doctoral research programs. Revising the syllabus of UG and PG programs every year. Appointment of counselor on the campus. Ambulance facility in the health center. Introduction of new UG and PG programs. Establishment of a patent cell. Initiating the 3rd cycle of NAC re-accreditation process and special campus recruitment drive. The university has been adopting many firsts by becoming the first university in the state on many counts, like appointment of counselor in every college, making rainwater harvesting compulsory for every college, steps to promote plantation of trees, banning of plastics, and protection of environment, construction of a war memorial on the campus, adopting khadi ropes for convocation, and so on. On the other hand, some of the proposed plans to be implemented in the near future are time-bound transfer policy for non-teaching staff, biometric attendance for teachers engaging classes and students attending these classes on an hourly basis, outdoor learning center on the campus, setting up of a business lab, centralized language lab, and a full-fledged computer lab in each academic block. A few university-sponsored research fellowships for OBC and general category students who are economically backward, a basketball court and a swimming pool, solid waste management in association with Dakshin Kannada Panchayat, free midday meal scheme for the poorest of poor students on the campus from the academic year 2020-21, subsidized food in the food court, cultural policy upholding the cultural heritage of Kodagu, Udupi and Dakshin Kannada districts, functional MOUs, twinning programs, faculty and student exchange programs through foreign collaborations, filling up of vacant teaching and non-teaching positions, augmenting of internal resources through tapping of CSR funds, alumni support, and public-private partnership. As you all know, since the inception, we had set several goals to take forward the vision and growth of the university. We have attained some of these goals and we remain committed to a steadfast work to achieve the rest in due course. We have rebuilt ourselves, leaving behind our apparent weakness, and most importantly, we are determined to maintain the momentum of improvement in every sphere of university life. On behalf of the university administration, I place on record our deepest appreciation to our colleagues, both teaching and non-teaching, for giving their best to the development of the university. Finally, to conclude, I congratulate all the students for receiving their degrees. I request each one of you young graduates to work diligently in future and contribute meaningfully towards nation building. I thank each and everyone, particularly all officers and faculty, syndicate members, academic council members and staff, and all others who have cooperated in making this convocation a grand success. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, I have the honor to request the esteemed Chief Guest to deliver the convocation address.
The Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor P. Subramania Edapadithaya, members of the Syndicate and Academic Council, officers and staff of the university, faculty and students, parents and guardians, heads of management of various institutions, distinguished invitees, members of the press and media fraternity, and most importantly, my dear young graduates, at the outset, let me congratulate all those on whom various honors have been conferred upon today, and hope that your contributions in the coming days will make the university and the society proud. We are all aware that the Convocation is an impressive event, full of pomp and prestige, but we also know that it is the most important date in the annual calendar of a university. It's important not merely because of the associated ceremony and decorum, but primarily because of the degrees that are awarded to students. These degrees not only recognizes the skills and talents of our students and the years of diligent work that have led to the award of these degrees, but they also validate the teaching and examination processes of the university. In short, they endorse the entire gamut of activities that a university stands for and the values that underpin and drive these activities. And for you, our young students, to receive these degrees at an impressive ceremony accompanied by your parents or guardians and friends is the moment of a lifetime. I understand that this is the 38th annual convocation of Mangaluru University, which is another way of saying that Mangaluru University is a fairly young university. 40 years is not a short span of time, but in the history of an institution, it's not a long period of time either. Institutions such as universities take centuries to evolve and grow, driven by their value systems and ethos. I'm happy to know that these 40 years have been momentous for Mangaluru University, during which time the university has made rapid strides in its long march towards knowledge and light. The motto of the university, Jnanave Balaku, knowledge is light, has certainly been the driving force behind the growth of the university over these years, the guiding light behind the success story that all of us are proud of. I understand that the university came into being after due recommendations by the VKRV Rao report as the only public university in coastal Karnataka to fulfill the hopes and aspirations of the people of its three constituent districts of Dakshina Kannada, Udupi and Kodagu. I also understand that the university has over the years fulfilled these hopes and aspirations, perhaps not completely, but in substantial measure. Therefore, let me add that it is a proud moment for me to be here today, and I must thank the university and its Vice Chancellor for inviting me here to share with you the euphoria and joy of this grand event. It's indeed a privilege for me to witness the overwhelming sense of achievement and hope that I see writ large on the faces of our young graduates here. So let me begin again congratulating all of you who are receiving your degrees this evening, both in presence and in absentia, and by wishing all of you every happiness and prosperity in the days to come. May Almighty God bless you with successful careers, and may you grow into confident and responsible citizens who will do this great country proud. May I also add a word of compliment to the parents and guardians here who have nurtured their wards with such exemplary care, and to the members of the various authorities of this university and the heads of various institutions who have invested their resources and dedicated their time to the welfare of our young men and women. Friends, the young graduates who are here this evening represent a cross-section of the youth of this country. I am sure you have been told many times over that the future of this country is in your hands. Generally, there is a saying that today's student is a citizen of tomorrow, but that was long ago. Now that situation has changed. I believe that today's student is very much a citizen of today itself. So, I am also sure that many times over, you have felt that you live in an impossible world. This dichotomy was perhaps well expressed by Charles Dickens when he wrote in A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. The fact of the matter, however, is that our view of the world depends on our perceptions. There is this story about Dharmaraya, who when asked to go out and find an evil person, came back empty-handed because he could not find any. The moral of this anecdote is that one can find a lot of good in the world if one bears a positive point of view. One of the great challenges before our youth today is to count the blessings that are available to them and to discover how fortunate they really are. My suggestion is that you begin with the environment in which you are placed. Your family, your college, your university, your state, and your nation. If you look deeply and carefully, you will discover a vibrant ecosystem of positive signs. You will consider yourself fortunate that you have a family as many others do not. A family that has loved you and cared for you. You have grown up in the nurturing care provided by your parents, which has enabled you to rise up to the level of graduation today. Again, if you look around deeply and carefully, you will see how you could not have come thus far without your teachers. It is they who have molded your soul in the right direction, molding skills that have empowered you to march forward with confidence. It's that love and care of your parents and gurus that we celebrate today and which are woven into the tapestry of this convocation ceremony. No wonder in India we say, Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. One must be grateful to our parents and teachers who have shown us the path to self-confidence and success. Again, if you look around deeply and carefully, then you will find that you have derived strength from the institutions you have enrolled as students over the years, your schools and colleges, your university itself. No doubt, Mangaluru University itself has provided you with the right ethos for quality education. From what I have seen, Mangaluru University reflects excellence in academics through teacher quality, student performance, curriculum development in its evaluation, teaching and research. With its commitment for effective governance and academic excellence, Mangaluru University has won a respectable place in the educational map of India. The university is the very picture of order and discipline, guided by its vision to evolve as a national and international center for advanced studies and to develop and nurture quality human resource, and its mission to provide excellent academic, physical, administrative, infrastructural and moral ambience. Mangaluru University has grown from strength to strength year after year. May I say that you have done well to choose a university of this kind. Just as we have to be grateful to our parents and to our teachers, we must be grateful to our college and our university as well. At the same time, my dear students, you must not forget your nation also. It's this nation, India or Bharat, as we call it in our native tongues, which sustains our spirit and enriches our soul. And if you look around deeply and carefully, you will find that you have much to be proud of. We must be proud of this great land. We must be proud of our history, our culture, our ethos. For this to happen, you must remember the great signposts of our civilizational history. This is the land in which the world's oldest university was established at Takshashila more than 2,700 years ago, imparting path-breaking knowledge in 64 disciplines to more than 20,000 students at a time. This is the land that gave us Natya Shastra, the oldest treatise on dramaturgy in the world. We must be proud that we gave to the world the critical mathematical concepts such as the zero, decimals, trigonometry, algebra and calculus. We calculated the value of pi in the 6th century. We had the first urban settlement in all of South Asia. We gave to the world 3 major religions. We gave to the world the principle of peace and non-violence, as well as the models of governance during the Gupta age that were visionary and far-reaching. We gave to the world the great system of yoga, first seen in the Rig Veda, and which, along with Ayurveda, is India's lasting contribution to the world. All of us, young and old, must be proud that we belong to a great country with this kind of a stellar heritage. We must be proud of our ancient philosophy, our ancient culture, our ancient history, and our systems of music and dance that are second to none. We must be proud of our civilization, where all have lived in peace and harmony. We must be proud of our nation. We must be proud of other more recent things too. We must be proud of our freedom struggle, of the sacrifices that our people made for the freedom of the nation. Today we are emerging as a superpower and are one of the fastest growing economies of the world. We have made major leaps in textiles, telecom, software, transport, pharma, chemicals, biotechnology, space exploration, remote sensing, food processing, steel and cement, mining, petroleum, and many other fields. We are the largest producers of milk, vegetables, tea, mint oil, and many more. We are the world's leading developer of computer software, and we sell software and services worth more than $100 billion every year. We have the largest road network in the world, the largest network of post offices in the world, and the largest film industry as well. We are the world leaders in remote sensing. We were the 3rd nation in the world to found a national space agency, and we were the 4th nation to have a satellite orbiting Mars, and we were the 3rd nation to reach the surface of the moon. We hold the world record for placing more than 100 satellites in orbit from a single launch vehicle, and we plan to send an Indian into space shortly, and we were one of the first nations to give women the right to vote. These are no mean achievements. And yes, as young citizens of this great country, our youth must not fail to be proud of this high standing that we enjoy in the World Committee of Nations today. We must be proud of our Indian identity that emanates from the civilizational continuity and heritage of thousands of years. We must be proud that we live in a land where the past rubs shoulders with the present and lights the way to a bright future. It's Ashoka's renunciation of violence that emerges triumphant in our national symbols, and the chakra of peace that adorns our national flag has been with us for thousands of years. Of course, this pride must be matched by a commitment to the nation, a commitment that will prompt all of us, and particularly our youth, to solve some of our most pressing problems: malnutrition, poverty, infrastructure, governance, energy, unemployment, healthcare for all, pollution, and the challenges of gender and biodiversity. For this, we have plenty of resources, both natural and human. We have 25% of the world's thorium. About 50% of our population is below the age of 25. 65% of our population is below the age of 35. And it is the forecast that by 2025, we will be the youngest country in the world with a median age of 29. This demographic dividend makes us unique in the world today. And we have to tap the advantages of these resources adequately and effectively to create a better world for all of us and for generations to come. In order to make this path to the future accessible to all, we have to revision our system of education in a manner that brings to us the best of our traditional knowledge and at the same time gives us skills that are relevant for the times in which we live. It may be difficult to believe today that the ancient Indians paid utmost attention to making the education system relevant to their times. Every one of the 64 Vidyas taught at Takshashila was useful to society. Today, we need to make our education system relevant to our times by reinventing it in line with our ancient knowledge and our current priorities and challenges. This question of the relevance of education was well expressed by Swami Vivekananda, who said, education is not the amount of information that we put into our brain to run riot there, undigested all our life. We must have life building, man making, character making, assimilation of ideas. If you have assimilated 5 ideas and made them your life and character, you have more education than any man who has got by heart a whole library. If education is identical with information, the libraries are the greatest sages of the world and the encyclopedias are the greatest rishis, unquote. For education to be relevant, students must be able to concretize their learning experiences, engage in reflective observation, be capable of abstract conceptualization, and resort to active experimentation in an atmosphere of imagination, creativity, and innovation. Our youth, holding the brilliant promise of demographic dividend, must acquire domain-specific, application-oriented knowledge, requisite skill mix, positive mental attitude, constructive learning habits, and progressive result-oriented values. Knowledge without character, vidya without vinaya, will do more damage than good. It's not needless to say that values that we pass on to our children touch their destinies much more than the valuables that we may bequeath to them. I am happy to state that the new education policy 2019, which is in its draft stage now, makes an earnest attempt to seek relevance as a cardinal value for our education system. It provides for multiple exit and entry options for students, starting with the secondary education stage and going all the way up to undergraduate and postgraduate education and research. It's highly justifiable to introduce liberal education at the undergraduate level for preparing students for future employment scenarios and professional roles. Simply tailoring people into jobs that exist today, but that are likely to change or disappear after some years, is suboptimal and even counterproductive. The need of the hour is vibrant, multidisciplinary institutions of high quality that increase capacity of higher education in India and ensure equitable access. As we do all this, we will seek to combine the wisdom of the ancients with the challenges of modern times, such that the ancient wisdom will make possible a more ethical and happier world. As we witness the 38th annual Convocation Day, the words of Swami Vivekananda echo down to us through the corridors of time. At a time when India was reeling under the yoke of the colonizer, Swami Vivekananda went to America not to learn anything new, but to teach the world from the well springs of the ancient Indian civilization. Freedom, he said, can never be reached by the weak. And I quote, throw away all weakness. Tell your body that it is strong. Tell your mind that it is strong. And have unbounded faith and hope in yourself. Do not be dragged away out of this Indian life. Do not for a moment think that it would be better for India if all the Indians dressed, ate and behaved like another race. Go, all of you, wherever there is an outbreak of plague or famine, or whatever the people are in distress, wherever the people are in distress, and mitigate their suffering. Preach this ideal from door to door, and you will yourself be benefited by it at the same time that you are doing good to your country, unquote. We must also remember the beautiful state anthem of Karnataka, authored by Rashtrakavi Kuvempu, that we heard at the commencement of these proceedings. This immortal song highlights the greatness of the Indian ethos, of which Karnataka is an integral part of the great Bharat Mata. What a rousing call to the awareness that was Jai Bharata Jananiya Tanujate, Jai Ho Karnataka Mate. This is the spirit that we need today, which can instill confidence and pride in the youth of this country. Every one of us present here, and particularly our young graduates, would do well to take heart from the words of, again I quote, Swami Vivekananda. The infinite future is before you. And you must always remember that each word, thought and deep deed lays up a store for you, and that as bad thoughts and bad works are ready to spring upon you like tigers, so also there is the inspiring hope that the good thoughts and good deeds are ready with the power of 100,000 angels to defend you always and forever, unquote. With these words, I conclude. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka, Namaskaram to all of you.
The Vice Chancellor will now dissolve the convocation.
I dissolve this convocation.
Let us stand up for the national anthem. Let us remain standing as the convocation procession reforms and leaves the auditorium. The mace bearer will take the lead. The Vice Chancellor, Professor P. Subramania Yadapadithaya, will follow, followed by the chief guest of this convocation ceremony, Shri V. Muralidharan, the recipient of the honorary doctorate, Shri K.C. Naik, Dr. K.C. Naik, and then the Registrar, Professor A.M. Khan, the Registrar Evaluation, Professor V. Ravindrachari, then the Deans of Faculties in twos, and finally the members of the Academic Council and Syndicate in twos again will bring up the rear end of the procession. All of us will remain standing where we are till the Convocation procession, now reformed, leaves the auditorium entirely.